Hey takers, Budseye Duck here. Welcome back for another week of Tanker Chat. As soon as I can operate my computer, let's get going. Alright, as you can see, we have the main page up here, and what is that? Oh, the FCM 36 Pack 40. 23 hours left to get that if you want. What else do we have? It's a 2 times weekend. Some missions, supply raids. Yeah. Little missions. Don't know how that's been going for most of you. I know that today's Sunday, so I've been doing it all weekend. But I'll tell you, this weekend was rough for me. But yeah, that's another story. Anyway, Frontline is returning. So there's quite a bit of information here. Looks like if I'm reading it correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you can, you'll get your prestige mechanic, your prestige levels will combine throughout the year. So you can, play one season, and since there's 10 basic seasons, let's call it, you play one season, then you can move up the next season 2 more prestige levels from the current. Yeah. So again, I may be reading it wrong, but for those of you who like Frontline, I find it to be a very enjoyable part of the game. I find that it kind of it levels the playing field because you can be a really really good player, on Unicom, and you can be somebody like me, an average hack, 48 percenter, and it levels the playing field because now your skill is having to beat me. Your knowledge of the game is having to beat me. Not the fact of you shooting a bigger tank at me or bigger, running a bigger tank and that beating me on my puny little tier 8. But now you've got to play. You've obviously got to play better than me. So I think it kind of levels the playing field a lot, and I enjoy that. Not to mention the respawn keeps you in the game. You know. I know last time I really enjoyed it. I get out of a game after playing for 15, 20 minutes in a game, in one battle. I mean, it was exciting. It was fun, as opposed to getting into a battle and getting whacked in the first 5 minutes of the battle. So outside of the rewards that you got, um, you know, credit wise and stuff like that. So anyway, I found it to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to coming back. And it looks like they'll be throwing in some new rewards for it. A little rebalancing. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. The one thing I think that I would like to see them, and I'm glad they did it. Um, I would like to see them do would be to when a zone's been taken over, all right, is to keep the enemy from moving in behind you. So now you're fighting on 2 fronts, basically. I mean, you can get severely damaged if you try to go over and jump into a zone and come in behind somebody as an attacking force. But I'm glad to see that they've significantly increased the damage inflicted on vehicles that haven't left the inactive uh, zone. So I'm assuming that means that maybe we'll stop seeing the team is attacking A, and they're moving, and they're grouping in, and the guys coming in behind them. Which just always it kind of frustrated me. Because basically what they would do is just camp at the spawns and just kill, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's always some part of the game that people don't like, right? So anyway, back. I got off track there. Common Test 4.3, 1.4 dash 3 is coming. I don't know how many of you have been kind of paying attention to it. But kind of what not a huge bunch, but it might be kind of interesting is they've removed the boost functionality from wheeled vehicles. And I know that I believe it is on Armor Patrol. Nope, looks like yeah, okay, must be Armor Patrol. There was an article about it. Yeah, no more boost for wheeled vehicles. Hmm. So, for those future wheeled vehicle players like myself, not that I even used the boost. And to be honest with you, when I was reading this article, the reasonings for why they took it out, one of them was because of the difficulty. It was, the boost mechanic turned out to be too hard to use, and it is. So you got that sounds kind of weird, right? We have X amount of keys to remember on the keyboard, right? But then you got key combinations, which I think this one was space shift or space something I can't remember to rev up your engine and go right. So that was the first reason. That was the only reason I never used it. It's just too hard to figure out. I didn't want to take the time. I thought the tank moved fast enough as it was. So anyway, another little tirade. Otherwise, made some map balances, reworked rental mechanics, and yeah, not quite sure what the rental mechanics are, but that'd be interesting. So anyway, that little list there. Let's see, what else do we have? We got the French duos here. These are for sale. We'll just go in and you got the Even 90 and the AMX 1357. Now this is something I might I might think about, to be honest with you. I really I kicked myself for not getting the Even 90 when it came out, and I had a 1357 at one point, and I back when I was a young tanker, when I didn't know any better, I would get frustrated with a tank and I would get rid of it, and that was that was an issue that I had, and I regret it sometimes because I had some tanks that I had gotten rid of. One of them was the E25, and I kicked myself until I was able to get that again, and then I think it was just my inexperience with tanks, right, and understanding them, and So anyway, I would like to get the Even 90, the ELC 90, and the AMX 1357. So I'm kind of thinking about this one. I don't really care about the perks. But that's a pretty good price, $44 for both of them. And I did look at the single bundles, and I can get the Even 90 with just the crew for 30, and then of course this 24. So I actually do save money getting them both together. So might be an early birthday present to myself. Let's see where we go. Okay, so after that, not really much going on. I don't know how many of you watch, Guido 1212, and I'm assuming that the Tank Guru did it too. But there's a scavenger hunt going on. Check your forums, and get your CC's account. They got each CC has a code, and they're releasing them. Haven't seen anything on the website about it yet, and I put in the Guido 1212's code into the game, and it accepted it, but I didn't get any of the rewards yet. So I think there may be some issues going on, but we'll see. I'm sure the community will let Wargaming know when they make a mistake, right? All right. So what do we got? We got the patch notes for the 1.43. This is the daily bounce. I found this kind of interesting. In Europe, they are basically they're giving you the 50 TP, the premium tier 8 tank. And if you, in one battle, if you can become the first place in experience in the team, then you can keep the tank. Wow. Okay. I mean, that sounds great, right? So here, and I guess they're only doing this to random players, some randomly selected players, and there's one quite interesting to be at the moment. The top XP in a single battle gets a free tier 8 premium tank. I thought, wow, that'd be great. Again, it's the European server, and I I would be surprised if we see that in here in the states, to be honest with you, because their biggest base, let's be honest, Wargaming's biggest base is obviously Russia, and probably number two is Europe, and then of course you get the redheaded stepchildren of Asia and the United States, and South America, right? So I'm not really surprised that we I would be surprised if we did see this, this possibility happen in the states. But I found it kind of interesting. It goes to my, uh, you know, uh, tinfoil hat of saying, that wargaming is biased to the European Union and to Russia. But hey, if the shoe fits, right? Okay. So anyway, then we got the TVPT 27 Premium Czech Medium Tank. Wow. So Daily Bounce is obviously a European blog, but he can kind of let you know what's coming down the pike. So looks like this is being super tested. It's a tier 8 again. Looks like what's that, medium? Yeah, I would say, is that a medium? It's got to be. But looks like a kind of a okay tank. Better than I think any. I'm not sure what is the Czech tier 8. I'll have to look at that. But TVP VTU. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. I like that they're bringing in new tanks. They're trying to add new tanks to the game. That's nice. Um, but tier 8. I mean, we keep bringing in tier 8s. How about I don't know. I don't know. There's just got to be, uh, maybe some more tier 9, maybe a tier 7. But I mean, tier 8 is obviously probably the most played tier, right? Let's see. Anything for the armored patrol? It's been looks like a fairly quiet week, to be honest with you. So not a lot to talk about here. Nope, not really. Okay, well, let's go to the garage. All right, here we go. So I was just kind of putzing around, having some coffee this morning, looking and had my tier 10 tanks up because yesterday was an absolute, and yesterday being Saturday was an absolutely abysmal day for me to play. I'm not even sure my stats are still showing here. Yes, they are. I was 8 for 24 yesterday. I mean, just terrible, absolutely terrible. I had good hits, I had good penetrations. Statistically, my win rate and efficiency was good. It's just a terrible day, just terrible. I couldn't. Obviously, I was able to buy 8 wins. Right, there were teams that just totally melted. I just, I'm trying not to get wound up about it, but it infuriates me. I don't know what is going on with this player base, and it is absolutely frustrating the hell out of me. They're either campers or they want to sit back and fight from a distance. It's just, or I get into games where I get absolutely rolled over by a team of Unicoms. And I'm on a team of tomatoes. As you guys know, I do run XVM, and that's just more to let me know. I thought I initially installed it so I could maybe prepare myself for what the battle might be like. The one main reason is this right here. Just this little thing right here, because I think if Wargaming could put this, if Wargaming could put this into the game, I would take XVM out in a heartbeat. This is the main thing that it is. I mean, I'm a huge guy into stats. I think stats are, though not the driving force of how you should play, they can lead you, let you know if you're doing well. I know, and the amazing thing is just for instance, if I'm having a good wins versus losses day, my hits and penetration is usually down somewhere in the 50% or 50% tile. If I'm losing battles, if I'm having a losing day, then it's vice versa. These numbers are going up. So I find it kind of weird that well, not weird. It's just I do find it weird. I lose battles, I get higher hits and penetration. I guess that means I'm being more aggressive, but I'm losing more. And yet, if I win more, I'm not being as aggressive. So maybe I have the fundamentals wrong of this game. If I'm not aggressive, then I'm a better player, as opposed to being aggressive, which makes me a worse player. Anyway, yeah, a little tirade there, and I'll get off my high horse now. What do we got for missions? So you got Care Package Alpha still going on, Care Package Bravo still going on, tournament missions, tank mastery missions. Let's see, the battle for Enzio, which I probably did not complete at all yesterday, to be honest with you. Yep, nope, nope, didn't complete it at all. Nope. Survive. That was my biggest thing right there. Survive. I might have done that had I survived. um, but yeah. Let's see. You got your supply raid. I don't think I got any of those yesterday. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Not much else going on. I appreciate everybody helping out with the channel. We've gotten a couple new subscribers, and thank you for joining the channel. And send me your videos. Get them to me. I'd love to put some more up. We've had GA Johnny and I'm Ebola and Nanamandus and Night Dog. Guys, I know you're out there. I see you online. But sure, just send me your videos. I'd love to get them up and love to post them for you. And I appreciate everything you guys have been doing. And we'll catch you later. Bonsai Duck out.